simplifying an image and then transitioning it into collage is a really great way to lose detail. We're often so seduced by the detail of images, especially photographs. So I want to talk about how you could take an image like this and actually reduce it to 5 color shapes. So this is an image I took out in Provincetown of these boats on the beach. And what I did, and actually I used some tracing paper to help me with this. I took the image and I actually traced over 5 key shapes. So the key shapes are, shape number 1, shape number 2, 3, 4, and finally 5. And what I like to do is with these shapes, and already you can see going from here to here is already quite a lot of letting go. But I love the letting go, and I love the possibility of how this simplified version could be really quite beautiful. So a really easy way to segue into collage is to take this tracing. You could also just draw right over the photograph, but take this tracing, and let's say that number 5, shape number 5, you wanted that, you could assign it really any color. I'm going to assign it this sort of buff color. I'm going to put this up underneath the image, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to secure it with a little bit of tape, and then I'm going to take some transfer paper. So this transfer paper has pigment on one side and the lighter side does not have pigment on it. I'm going to slip this transfer paper up underneath the image, underneath the tracing, and with a ballpoint pen, a nice hard pen, I'm going to go over this shape, shape number 5. And as I'm pressing against the line here, the red pigment from the transfer paper is being pressed onto the paper that I want to be this color. So when I lift it, you can see that now this shape is ready to be cut out, probably with an X-Acto blade, and placed into a collage. And I've already pre-done, just so you can see, a collage just really based on these basic shapes. And then what I would do next is I would take the final shape here and then lay it right into this area. So these shapes are beautiful, they're simplified. I chose to put them down on this sort of gold ground, but you could put any kind of cardstock, black, bright pink, whatever you wanted, if you like to leave little fissures in between, or you could get the shapes to just hit each other like a puzzle and come right up close. But I like leaving a little bit of wiggle room in between. And then what's really fun and really important is to save the remnants of the shapes that you cut out, because when I take those remnants, and again, that's the paper that's left over from the collage, I haven't glued them down, but all of these pieces can move against each other. They can create new possibilities and new shapes. So these are all fair game. This is all fuel for future imagery or just collage in and of itself. But having it be able to be changeable and using it as a basis for a painting or even a print of some kind is a really terrific way to move from a photograph to simplification, and then ultimately to some kind of simplified abstraction. So this is a terrific transition from a photograph, and a really great way not to be seduced by the detail and create a more abstract image.